Loud participants. Mute all. Can I do that? Oh. It looks like...
Just like all parents, we're going for fish and chips afterwards as well.
Well, you'd have earned it.
Yeah,
all right.
Fish and chips for dinner.
Right, we're good. Mute all. Let's get started. So, hooray! Leg swings to start off with. Forward and back. My Wi-Fi issues and my tech issues have been ongoing. So I've now got a meeting started from my desktop, joined from my phone. So hopefully there'll be no issues, but there's an awful lot of stuff going on. Keep fingers crossed. Right, change sides. Good. And then side to side swings. Nice loose hip. Try and get this leg swing across your body and out to the side as much as you can. Well done. And change sides. Perfect. Okay, cross body toe touches. Stand with your feet nice and wide apart. Arms stretched wide. Keep your arms stretched wide. So you're trying to keep your chest as open as possible. If your hamstrings are a bit tight, you can bend your knees to help with this. Keep going. Now, how do I change the view? That might be the downside. Okay. One more on each side. And then some hip circles. So put your hands on your waist. You're going to do alternate legs. Look down at the floor if you need to get a little bit more stability. I'm having to concentrate quite hard doing these tonight. Well done. And then go the other way. Keep your core braced, particularly if, like me, you're a little bit wobbly. It will help. Keep going. One more to each side. And then just some arm circles. So arm circles forward. We'll do both arms together first of all. Hitting the ceiling. Just bend my knees a bit, that's better. And then arm circles back. Why haven't I thought of that before? You don't have to bend your knees, it's just me. One more, and then grab your band. So take the band at wider than shoulder width apart, up above your head, and you're going to do a press onto your back and then a press onto your front. So you're alternating between the two, and just think about what your lower back is doing. So don't let your back arch, keep your bum tucked under, and move forward and back. Two more. And then bands down. Wide stance again. We're doing our 80 stance move now. So put your hands on your knees. Make sure you keep your chest open, shoulders back, and then dip, alternate shoulder. One day I'll match this to an appropriate song. I'm thinking something like, what a feeling. Lovely, well done. So you should be feeling a bit of a stretch across your upper back, just above your shoulder. One more to each side. And then stand up, but leave your legs wide apart. And you can even move them a bit wider apart again if you need to. Just going to drop down to the floor, bending your knees if you need, and then just walk to the side. So you'll bend your knee as you walk to the side, back to the centre, and over to the other side. So keeping your hands just moving slowly from side to side, hopefully feeling a little bit of a stretch in your inner thigh. Just do a couple more. Good, and then up slowly, just walk your feet back in together, and then down into thoracic rotation. So 1 foot forward, one hand down, reach, and then feed your arms through. Well done. Just do one more, and then change sides. Keep looking at your hand if you can. If it's uncomfortable, then keep looking straight down at the floor. By uncomfortable, I mean if it's making you feel dizzy. 2 more. And then roll onto your back. Knees bent, arms stretched out to the side, and then roll your knees from side to side. Just about missing my kettlebell. Well done. Keep your knees tight together and try and get them all the way over to the floor. Good. Keep going, just do a few more to each side. We're going to move straight from this into our activation set, and the first exercise is lying on your back. So you don't have to get up. Planned it carefully. Okay, let me demonstrate your first exercise. So we've got 4 exercises. We've done this kind of sequence before. 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest. For the first round, you'll get slightly more rest because I'm going to demonstrate as we go. You're going to start with a bridge leg raise. So push hips up, arms down by your side, and then you're very steadily extending one leg at a time. Don't raise your leg up too high, so it shouldn't be up there. It should be no higher than the height of the knee of your bent leg. Keep an eye on your hips. So when you're extending your leg, if you feel your hips dropping a lot and you can't control it, or this hurts your lower back, just do a normal bridge, pushing up and down. So 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest. Off you go. If you feel like your hips are really moving from side to side when you're doing this, be even more careful about engaging your core. So pulling your tummy back down towards your spine. This is a slow movement. You should feel it working in your quads, in your bum, hopefully in your tummy a little bit as well. If you can feel it too much in your thighs and not very much in your bum and hamstrings, try bringing your feet a little bit closer in towards your bum. Good, 5 seconds. 2, 1, and then rest. Next one, a half side plank with a rotation. So you're going to lie on the side, leg bent underneath you, hips nice and high, arm up, and then tuck your arm around and rotate and tuck it underneath you. We're going to do 20 seconds on each side for this one. Off you go. Keep looking at your hand as you go. Now, if this irritates anything, backs, shoulders, you can just hold a static side plank instead, keeping your hips pushed up. 5 seconds. Good, and then roll over other side. If it is irritating your shoulder a little bit, just be really aware of where your elbow is. It needs to be directly underneath your shoulder. So there's an option with this exercise to progress to using a weight. If you are going to hold a weight, you want nothing heavier than a water bottle or tin of beans, maybe even a 1 kilo weight if you've got that. 2, 1, done. And then up you get. Grab your band. So you're going to double it up and stand inside it. Band's going above your knees, and you're going to stand in a split stance like that. So I've got my legs wide enough apart to get a bit of tension on the band, and I'm going to squat with the band on. So the band doesn't add a huge amount of resistance to this, but it will stop you from letting your knees collapse in. You need to keep the band tight all the time, so it'll make you push your knees out to the side. This should be safe if you've got slightly dodgy knees, because you're not going into a deep squat. Good, and then change sides. So change your legs over and go again. Try and keep your chest as high as you can doing this. If you're finding it a bit uncomfortable for ankle mobility, you can also get onto your toes on your back foot. Good, and then done. Band off. Keep it handy. And the last of these is an alternate arm and leg tuck. We've done this one quite recently, so it's extend, tuck, extend, and then place your hand and knee down. Off you go. If you're not sure, just watch me do a few. We've got 3 rounds of this. You've got plenty of time to practice. When you extend your arm and leg, imagine you've got ropes attached to your hand and your foot, and they're really being pulled away from your body and extended. 5 seconds. And rest. So we're back onto the bridge extension, onto your back. If that was uncomfortable for any reason, just do a normal bridge. Time to get a jump on. So onto your back. Off you go. If you're not finding this in any way taxing, it's really easy, you can actually make it a little bit more challenging by raising your arms in the air. Just takes away a little bit of stability. And if you're feeling it more in your thighs than in your bum, keep your feet quite close to your bum. Don't let your feet drift out too far in front of you. Good, well done. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and done. Half side plank, leg underneath you. So progress this with a weight if you want to, but you don't really need to do this. It's difficult enough as it is. 2, 1, off you go. When you're reaching your arms back up into the air, just think about what your top hip's doing. Don't let it roll back too much. 3, 2, 1, and then roll over. This is not the most elegant bit of this exercise, is it? Off you go. Well done. Keep the movement slow and steady. 2, 1, and done. Up you get. Grab your red band again. Step inside it. Get ready. 2, 1, off you go. So one thing you can do if your ankle mobility isn't great is come onto your toes on your back leg. Remember to keep the band under tension all the time. 1 more. Change legs. Off you go. This is halfway between a squat and a deadlift. So you might feel it in your quads as much as your bum, that's fine. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Band off. Just going to step out of it, it's quite good, isn't it? Really? And then alternate arm and leg tucks. No change for this. Just keep the movement slow and steady and think about not letting your pelvis rotate too much when you're doing it. Off you go. If you can feel your hips moving from side to side a lot, work on engaging your core even more. Keep going. We've got one more set after this one. 15 seconds. Keep going. Good, nice pace, well done. 2, 1. Onto your back again. So if you haven't tried this leg extension with your arms raised, and you feel like your hips are stable enough, try and do the last set with your arms up. 2, 1, off you go. So only do this progression if you feel like you've got good control of your hips. So what I mean is that your hips aren't collapsing massively from side to side as you extend. You're taking away quite a lot of stability by putting your arms in the air, so this will feel harder. Keep going. "15 seconds. Hopefully you can start to feel your bum working now. 3, 2, 1. Onto your side, side plank. So again, only use your weight if you feel you're doing this competently. 2, 1, off you go. One risk of doing this kind of movement with a weight is that it can hurt your shoulder, so just be careful. Well done. Keep those hips high. When you bring your arm up, 2, 1, other side. And spin round quickly. It's not easy. Got some good knee cracking going on tonight as well. Off you go. Well done. Looking good. 2, 1. Up you get. Band on. Okay. So if you want to make it a bit harder, you can stand with your feet a little bit wider apart, which will give you a bit of tension on the band that you're going to have to work against. Off you go. Lynn and Sophie, if this irritates your knees, just do some deadlifts. It should be okay though, because you're not going into a very deep squat. Well done. One more. Change sides. Up you go. I'm actually my feet are in the same position each side. Good. Well done. Watch your knees when you're doing these. Make sure they're not collapsing in at all. They need to get pushed out to the side a little bit. And done. Step out onto the mat. Last set of alternate arm and leg tucks. Ready, off you go. So if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more in this last set, when you have your arm and leg extended, just hold that for a tiny bit longer so you're balancing for longer. Keep going. Last 5 seconds. And 2, 1, done. Right, grab a drink if you need it. I'm just going to have a little faff because I can't actually see all of you at once at the moment, and that's not very good. Okay, there must be a way. There must be a way. What if I... Let's have a look at that. Maybe, what's this? No, maybe I can't. Maybe I'm going to be stumped. Okay. All right, let's give up on that. Oh. Next time, I'm sure I'll work something out. Okay, so we're going to move into a heart rate raise set. Never easy to say when you've got braces in. 3 exercises: bent leg walkouts, sumo squat floor touch, which we did a few weeks ago, and then a side lunge push. Can you all hear me okay? I haven't muted myself or anything stupid, have I? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Nice. Good. All right. So bent leg walkouts. Drop down into a bear crawl and then stand up nice and tall. The standing up phase is really important. I want you fully extended, hip flexed extended, chest up. And when you walk out, you're going to push off with one hand. So make sure you change hands each time. So you're not pushing off with the same hand each time. 1 minute for that one. Then you're going to do a sumo squat floor touch. Wide legs, and you're just going to do that. So you're touching the floor and then standing up. That's all you're doing. Touching the floor, standing up. That will help to open up your hips a bit. And then a side lunge push. So you need a weight for this one. Lunge out to the side, then push out in front of you. Alternate legs, bracing your core as you push. 2 sets, so it's 6 minutes in total. No rest. We're going from one exercise to the other. Bent leg walkouts first of all. 3, 2, 1, off you go. So you're finishing in a bear crawl, but you're not holding it, don't worry. And really focus on pushing off from different hands each time. Well done. Okay, keep going. Let me open the window. Blimey. 20 seconds. Nearly there. Last few seconds, and it's straight into the sumo squat. 3, 2, 1. Up you get. Legs wide apart. Oh, don't freeze. Okay. And then stand up tall. In fact, I shouldn't be looking at the floor. I'm demonstrating this wrong. You need to keep looking straight ahead doing this one. That's it. And again, stand up tall, squeeze your glutes, so tuck your bum under. Well done, keep going. If your knees aren't liking this for any reason, you can go into a hip hinge. So deadlift without any weight. Okay, keep going. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Grab a weight, side lunge. So hold it to your chest, lunge out to the side, and then push from the middle. Out to the side, push from the middle. When you press the weight out in front of you, Make sure you have your core engaged, bum tucked under. It's quite easy to push with a bent back. You don't want to do that. Okay, keep going. 20 seconds. I've got to redo my hands, falling out. So you're going straight from this back to bent leg walkouts. 10 seconds. Well done. 3, 2, 1. Bent leg walkouts again. Same as last time. Bend your knees, walk into a bear crawl. Bend your knees to stand up. Standing up really tall. Well done. Keep going. That's good. Well done. Keep going. Last 10 seconds with this. It's back to the sumo. Looking good. Well done. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Feet wide apart. Drop down, tap the floor, stand up. So if you're struggling with mobility a little bit, if it's hard for you to touch the floor, try standing with your feet even wider apart. You should hopefully feel this in your inner thighs. Well done. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, speed it up. Well done. Keep going. 10 more seconds with these, and then last side lunge. 3, 2, 1. Grab your weight. Core engaged. It's in there somewhere. Off you go. Fab. Well done. Looking good. So again, speed this up a bit if you want to make it harder. Looking good. Well done. "15 seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Weights down. Right, have a quick drink if you need it, and I'll explain our next workout. So we did a workout 3 weeks ago with the same format as this, but we're having different exercises now. So obviously it's February, which means we're doing some burpees tonight. And the only person looking happy is Dave. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We did it a few weeks ago. If you've got a timing device, use it to time the exercises that need seconds. If not, just count them in your head. It doesn't matter how accurate it is. We're not all going to be working at the same time. This is working at your own pace over 10 minutes. 5 burpees, and you can either do high, so into straight arm plank, and then stand up, or you can do that with a jump. So it's a high burpee, and you can jump if you want to. If you're happy jumping, jump. 5 burpees. Then it's 10 goblet squats. If you don't want to do squats, do 10 deadlifts. Then it's a 15-second run on the spot. The harder you run, the more out of breath you'll be, and the harder the rest of the workout will be. So it's up to you how hard you work. Then you're going to do 20 split jumps. So that is standing with your legs apart like that, jumping from foot to foot. This is not a knee-friendly exercise. So if you're not happy, do step backs instead. You can even hold a weight. That's your option. You haven't got to remember all this. I'll keep reminding you. 25 seconds plank, and then either 30 seconds rest or 30 seconds of side lunges, and that's going to be alternate legs. I will remind you what we're doing as we go through, but you're starting with 5 burpees, and that's the most important piece of information you know at the moment. So get ready. 10-minute workout. There's rest factored in if you need it, so take the rest if you need it. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, off you go. 5 burpees. I'm glad I've got you muted. I can't hear the moans about making me do these, but we did have January off. And then from burpees, it's 10 goblet squats. Remember, you can work hard and quickly through these and make it really unpleasant, or you can take it slowly and it'll be slightly less unpleasant. 10 squats. Well done. I'm going to be mainly watching these. And then after you've done 10 squats, it's 15 seconds run on the spot. If you want to make these more unpleasant, bigger arm drive, higher knees. Count in your head if you haven't got a timing device. And then from there, you're doing the 20 split jumps. So split jumps, not a really big stride, and you can use your arms to help you come out of these. Kind of like a really rubbish running man. Remember, if you're not happy doing those split jumps, do step backs instead. Then it's 25 seconds plank. And if you're counting, it's a slow 25. Hello, can you hear me? Right.
20.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's number 20?
20 is 25 seconds plank.
Before that, 20?
20 split jumps. That's the worst one as well. Right. Hopefully we're back in the room, maybe. Oh my goodness me. Oh, I told you how much I hate Zoom. This is my life at the moment. Okay. Right, well, you've done almost 6 minutes, so the faffing has actually wasted a good bit of time, which is something. Okay. I'm going to start again from the burpees. If you need to remember me to remind you what numbers there are, just unmute and shout at me, but it's 5 burpees. Oops, I'm doing the wrong burpee as well. High burpees. There we go. Let's watch you. 10 squats after that. Am I still moving? Yes. Well done. Looking good. At least we had Zoom failure in the middle of a workout that you just could remember. So after your 10 squats, it's 15 seconds run. You seem to know what you're doing tonight though. You're doing well. Well done. Remember, if you want to make this running more unpleasant, drive your arms more. Lift your knees higher. Looking good. Well done. And then you've got 20 split jumps. If you feel happy doing these, make them quick. You may have realised this is quite a leggy little workout. We are doing some upper body work after this, I promise. Well done, looking good. 25 seconds plank after that. Well done. 7.5 minutes done. And then after plank, either side lunge or just rest. Well done. Good, well done. And 2 minutes to go. Keep moving. Lovely, well done. Just over 1.5 minutes. Looking good, well done. Let's make sure I'm still spotlighted. That's better. Good. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. And last minute. Oh my goodness. These are hard. Well done. 25 seconds plank. We've got 30 seconds left. Almost there. Last 10 seconds. Make sure you're moving in this last 10 seconds. Don't make this your rest. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Done. Well done. Right, grab a drink. Can you all see and hear me all right still? I'll see what happens if I wake up again. Yeah, I know. Hooray! Hi! Hopefully you can still hear me, even if the video is terrible. Okay, so we've got an upper body set to do. I'll demonstrate while we have a rest. So if you were here on Saturday, we're going to be doing some of the exercises on Saturday, including triceps, Verity. Did your triceps hurt? My triceps really hurt. Okay, so we're doing, in order of difficulty, band rows, either seated or bent over. That's for a minute. So you can either do a bent over row, that's standing on the band, and doing that. If you're not happy about doing those for your back, then do a seated row. And that's with the band over your feet and rowing like that. Then we're going to do a seated press. So you can either use a band or you can use a weight. If you're using a band, you need to sit on the band and press it above your head. If you're using a weight, hold the weight to your chest and press up. That one is for 45 seconds. Then we're going on to those lovely banded tricep kickback thingies that I found for us for Saturday. So it's standing on the band, and then the band behind you. Oh God, don't freeze now. Keeping your arms completely straight, shoulders low, and pulling the band straight back. And if you want to make those even harder, bend over and pull your arms up. Oh, that's a very deep burn. And then max effort press-ups. So your arms will have been fatigued in every direction, and I want you to do as many press-ups as you can. Then we're resting and repeating. I'll demonstrate the tricep press again if you weren't here on Saturday, but starting off with band rows. So 1 minute for this one. Get ready. It doesn't matter which one you do, seated or bent over, just do the one that you can tolerate for your back. I'm going to start with bent over. Right, get ready. 3, 2, 1, off you go. This is a nice little upper body burn session to finish off with. Good. If you are doing a bent over row, make sure your back is really quite flat to the floor. Keep looking straight down. Keep your shoulders active. So I don't want any rounded backs. I don't want that because that will hurt your back. Nice long flat back. If you're not happy with that, seated row is better. Well done. I'm just going to demonstrate the seated row now if you're not happy with the bent over row. Okay, there we go. 10 seconds. Well done. 2, 1, and then rest. So if you're doing a band press, or press the band, I emphasised the wrong word there. You need to sit on the band, press above your head. A weight is going to be harder for this, so if you have a weight, use a weight. 45 seconds. Off you go. This is a very good way of doing an overhead press because you can't get any assistance from the legs at all. It's purely about your upper body and your core. So keep your tummy pulled back in towards your spine slightly. Tall chest. Lovely. And I promise after 45 seconds, you'll know about this, even with a light weight. Keep going. 2, 1, done. Up you get. So you need to step on the front of the band, if that makes sense. And then the band is going to be behind you. I'll show you from all angles. So from behind, shoulders back and down, arms straight. Pull your straight arms behind you. Inside. It's really important not to let your back arch. If you haven't started, start now. And if you feel happy doing an exercise in this bent over position, you can do it like that, which is a lot harder. You're working against gravity as well as the band in this direction. I think I might just go back to demonstrating standing up, you know. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Right, band down. Max effort press ups. So either on your knees or full body, hands shoulder width apart, chest all the way to the floor. I'm going onto my knees because I'm an upper body wimp at the moment. Right, 2, 1, off you go. So there is no right or wrong here. I just want you to do as many as you can with good form. So it's chest to floor, making sure that you're pushing your chest up before your chin. And when you can't do any more, just rest. So you're working to what's called your technical max. That's the point at which your technique falls apart and you have to stop. And then when you're done, stand up so I can see that you're finished. Grab a drink when you're done. I've got one here somewhere, I think. I'm going to rest for a minute. I'm going to do it all over again. We've got one more set of those to go. How are your arms feeling? Okay. 30 more seconds. So bent over rows. When I talk about not having an arched back, what I mean is I don't want you doing a bent over rows in that position, because all that happens is your upper body won't work and your lower body will take over and you'll end up with your lower back being pulled. So when you get into position for these bent over rows, let's get you standing on the bands now, or even using a weight if you've got a weight. We'll all try it, unless you really don't want to. So Pete and Sally probably don't want to try it at all, actually, if it's going to really hurt you. So on your band, stand up really tall, bring your shoulders back, tuck your bum under, engage your core. So you should feel everything's really tight. Tummy's tight. You should feel it stretching a little bit across your upper back and your chest. And then stick your bum out as if you were shutting a car door with bags full of heavy shopping. So you're hinging back. Keep your back flat to the ground and then row. And you should hopefully feel it across your upper back and not in your lower back. Also, hamstrings and glutes working to stabilize you as well. So you've got an isometric glute, hamstring, core exercise going on as well as your arms working. It's a good exercise. "30 seconds. If a minute's too much and you get to fatigue, you can rest early. Keep those shoulders back and engaged all the time. So that does look better, well done. Almost there, 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, done. So if you're not sitting down, sit down. So again, if you're doing a band press, sit on the band, secure it in place, press up with the band, or you can use the weight. Get ready, go. Well done. Good. When your arms start to fatigue, you might get a few more reps done if you really engage your core. So pull your tummy in towards your spine. 10 seconds. Try not to let your torso move. 3, 2, 1, and down. Triceps. It's a lovely evening out there. So if you haven't tried this, leaning forward, have a go now. It's harder. 2, 1, off you go. Just make sure you keep your arms straight. This is like the upper body equivalent of straight leg band walks. Keep going, 10 seconds. I think I definitely need to do a little more tricep work. 3, 2, 1. Woo. Right, band down. Max effort press ups again. You don't have to beat your score from the last one, but try and match it. All right. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. So again, bringing your chest up before your chin. Push the ground away from you. Try and think about using your core and your upper back as much as possible. When you've reached your maximum, just stand up. Well done. Give me a thumbs up if you matched or beat your last score. Nice. Well done. Good. All right. Very last exercise. Plank and dead bugs. Plank, don't do it if your back's a bit dodgy. You can do a half plank instead. Plank on the elbows. Do 30 seconds. Then rolling straight onto the back. 30 seconds of dead bugs. Twice through, then we're done. So onto your front. Into plank, making sure that you've got your elbows directly into your shoulders. Do not link your hands together, so no prayer position. And go. If you need more back care, just drop to your knees. Keep your bum tucked under. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Roll onto your back. Dead bugs. Either arms only if you need to keep your back flat to the floor, or full. Off you go. Well done, keep going. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Straight over into plank. Half plank if you need it. And go. You might even be able to feel how much your triceps work when you do a plank now, after that last little set. So if your back is taking over from your tummy and you cannot control it, then just drop to your knees, feet long behind you, take some of the pressure off your spine. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Onto your back. Last exercise. Dead bugs, then we're stretching. Off you go. Slow and steady. Imagine you've got ropes attached to your hands and feet and they're being pulled apart when they're extended. Well done. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Done. Straight over into child pose. Let's stretch. Well done. I was thinking earlier when Zoom was failing again about how much I miss seeing you face to face, and then actually I just see the weather, and I don't tonight. So in child pose, keep your bum on your heels, rest your forehead on the floor, use your fingers just to pull your arms forward a bit more. Nice deep breaths. And then place your hands under your shoulders, push up into cat stretch, bring your knees in together a bit as well. And then kneel up. Oh my God, my heater's just come on. No, absolutely not. It's my thermostat, it's definitely not cold in here. Okay, so face the camera, one leg out to the side. You can either have your foot flat to the floor or resting on the side, depending on your ankle mobility. Drop down onto your heel, yes, and then if you can, lower all the way down. So you should feel a really good stretch on the inside of your thigh, maybe into your hamstring as well. And then slowly release and stand up. Other leg out to the side. Slowly drop down onto your heel. Arms down. Well done. Good. And then slowly come up out of that stretch. And then go into hip flexor. So one foot forward. Tuck your bum under and then push forward. Keep your torso upright. Lynn, I just thought I'd put that dog collar outside on my front step, but not in a plastic bag. I hope it's not going to get too wet. I'll go in a plastic bag in a minute. And then reach across. Well done. Change sides. So foot forward, tuck your bum under, push forward. Good. And then reach. Well done. And then into glute stretch. So you've got options either on your front, leg tucked underneath you, or you can sit. Choose which one that you find most effective. And then change sides. Then slowly stand. Make sure that you've got your bum tucked under, put one hand inside the other. Drop your head down and push your arms forward. And then release. Slowly roll down. Let your arms and head drop. And then slowly roll and stretch up. And you're done. frozen. Really unfortunate position. What a way to end. Well done. Sorry about the tech. Might be time to look into Teams instead of Zoom.
Thanks, Catherine.
Well done.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Catherine.
Catherine.
See you Saturday.
Bye.
See you later.
Thanks.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
See you later.
Thanks, my dear. Take care.
I will see you later, darling.
Bye. Thank you. See you next week.
Right, take care, you.
How's that, Paul?
Oh, it's pretty good. You've got me sweating, which is more than I do normally, so that's good. Must have done some work. Bye.
Hooray. Well done. It's really nice to see you. Good one up to Becky.
All right, bye.
Bye, love. Bye.